absolutely. It's a nice logo, but you can tell it's old. Like at this point.
Well, you can tell it's old because all the submissions happen from guard now. Nobody does top submissions anymore. It's the guys in mount.
There we go. So now you guys can see. Again, this is not the official start of the show, but kind of is. Yamasaki Academy, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, Judo. Nice, man. They got it.
They got everything.
They got everything, man. That's all you need right there. Well, they probably have wrestling too. They just didn't. They ran out of room, so they can't put that on.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else they have. Good group of guys, though. I always like the Yamasaki guys.
Yeah, they. I don't know what the deal is now that Mario's been excommunicated from being a UFC referee.
So is that all just because of like the one decision or the quick call or the slow call or?
Yeah, because it's just because it was like a
it was a big fight. It was controversial.
Controversial, but it was like one too many times because that's not the first time, and then his.
What was the last one? He waited too long, or was it he called it too quick? I don't remember.
Too long.
Okay.
Too long. What's her name? I forget the fighters. I guess I probably could look that up, but yeah, they and I mean Dana just like you never know when Dana White is like being serious about really being upset at somebody or not,
Right.
So you didn't know if was Mario coming back or whatever, but he was I mean he's like that guy's never going to referee in any of our events ever again. He's done, and actually we could just watch the video. That would be cool. Not to throw shade at anybody, but this is kind of like history. This is fight history that happened in our time.
It is.
Okay, I don't want to hear you guys talk about it. I actually want to hear.
You want to hear K-Flow?
Nah, Kenny Floor. K-Flow. Where is it? Let's see. Dana White bans idiot Mario Yamasaki. He did call him an idiot, man. That was so messed up. Not cool, man.
I've never been the biggest fan of Dana.
Yeah, Dana's. It's funny, man. Like
I feel like Dana's the reason why I'm not more interested in UFC and MMA.
Really?
Yeah.
Do tell.
I just like, gosh, now I have to look up his name. This would be embarrassing if we put this in the show. But there was a British fighter a while back. He's actually engaged to a friend of mine. He came over to my house to watch fights on Showtime. God, what was his name? The Outlaw. If you say his name, I'll know it. I have an energy drink with him on the side of it.
The Outlaw.
Just Google it. You have the internet.
I do have the internet.
Use the interwebs.
You got to keep talking though.
Anyway, so he and his fiance at the time, like they were in town. They were living like out in Vegas at the time, but
Jesse James.
No, not Jesse James. You need to put more in your search string. No, but they came here to visit her family for a little bit, and they had nowhere to watch the fights, but I was a subscriber to Showtime at the time, and so she posted something on Facebook that was like, hey, I'm looking for a place to watch these fights, like, where can we go? And so I was like, oh, I have it, so, feel free to stop by my house. And so he came out to Manassas where I live, and, yeah, it's just like, the guys in UFC, man, like, they don't make any money. They make so little money.
To this day.
Yeah, and unless you are, Conor McGregor or somebody like
Dan Hardy.
Dan Hardy.
Yeah. Who now actually is a commentary. Well, he does interviews and stuff now. Like that's his official thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he was like, honestly, like he came over and we watched some fights. Super down to earth guy, man. Really liked him. It was funny, like when he came over, and I don't even remember who was fighting, but we talked a little bit about UFC, and I had another friend come over who was a little bit starstruck. I don't know enough about it to get starstruck. Like here I am struggling to remember what the guy's name is, but he came over, super down to earth, and then there's like some rattling in my kitchen. I'm like, what is that? This is a little embarrassing because I had a little bit of a mice infestation problem at the time, so we had caught some some mice in a trap. And anyway, so he helped me free the mice in the backyard. I think they got back in like a few days later, but yeah, super cool guy. But yeah, he's like, I mean, these guys that are fighting at that level, like, I think that he was getting paid like maybe, I'm just gonna throw out a number, but it's like, he might get, 15,000 or 20,000. I think when he fought GSP, he may have gotten like 25,000.
Right.
Let's say. But that's like, okay, so you're gonna get paid that, and you're like, oh, well, you get paid 25,000 for one night, and that seems like a really great deal. But it's not one night. It's your whole fight camp. It's how many of those fights do you get a year? You're probably looking at maybe like, if they like you, maybe 2 fights a year. So maybe now you're making $50,000, and even in, the worst states in the union, the teachers get paid more than that.
More
right?
than
Like,
that, yeah.
And they're always complaining.
They're fighting
about
too,
pay.
though. They are fighting too.
No,
yeah.
and I'm not saying that their job is better.
They get in
than
fist
that,
fights all the time with the kids.
No, man, not anymore. Used to be able to get away with that stuff. Not anymore.